So this is going to be the third training, and in this training we're basically going to take what we've learnt in the training 1 and training 2 and sort of implement it and show you a practical approach of how this might look like for your business. So in training number 1, we sort of learnt about the basics of marketing, which is creating a funnel, creating a way of getting enough leads and clients in the top of the funnel to make sure that we get enough customers and people that actually are paying at the bottom of your funnel. In training number 2, we introduced the approach of a profit ladder, which is a way of making your funnel and services more profitable and not being as reliant on having a huge amount of customers or clients coming in, but rather using the current customer and client base to make more profit off them, which makes it easier for your business to actually scale. Now in this training, what I want to do is basically take you through some examples of what that actually might look like and how you sort of implement that into a practical approach for your business. So in the first example here, and I've kept these rather simple and it's always going to be relative to your business, but let's just show some examples of what it could look like. This will obviously be adapted to your business, your industry, and to how much work and effort you need to attract customers or clients into your business to become paying customers. So to start off, we start off in someone who does not know, like, or trust us. And in order to get traffic onto our web page or to get them into our sales pipeline in the top of the funnel, we want to start off, as we talked about in the profit ladder video, with some sort of free offer, some sort of way of attracting people, of educating them to provide value to them that is easy to get a large number of people interested in getting to know us. And an easy way that I always like to do is run some sort of advertisement which gets people in. I think a lot of people think that their organic content on things like Instagram and Facebook are going to be the way of gaining a lot of traction and pushing people through into their website. And although sometimes that is true, I think you have to take your mind away from that and start thinking of content as a way of reassuring and inspiring people to act with you later in the funnel, rather than getting them to take those initial actions or initial steps. I think a much more effective way is using some sort of paid means to get a large number of people into your funnel more quickly, particularly once you've been able to work out how to do that effectively. It's important to note that I've put Facebook ads here, but it doesn't have to be Facebook ads. It doesn't have to be just for Facebook, Instagram. You can be doing Google ads. You can do other sort of offline marketing. The premise that I'm leaving here is that you should be leading with some sort of way of getting people into your funnel quickly. And usually the most effective way is running some sort of advertising. And we get them into our free offer. Once someone signs up to our free offer, which can be something like a PDF guide or something, because I've previously described, and they get put into a thank you page, this is where it sort of starts using technology and automation to make sure that we're not then pushing people to try and inspire them to take the next step, but this is all happening automatically. So you can see here that maybe once they've put in their details, we've got the lead registered in our CRM, we've added a tag of where they've come through, so we're able to know, what's working and what's not working. And we've then, provided them maybe with their free offer via a download link. And then they also hit a thank you page as soon as they've input their details. By reaching that thank you page, we're able to set things up like once they've hit that thank you page, maybe they're going to get a certain email, or maybe they're going to that's going to trigger Facebook to start sending them a different type of advertisement or a different series of advertisements. And this could be done across Google and other platforms as well, in the sense that, great, we know they're interested in this. And now, as we talked about in free training number 1, we want to start inspiring them to take the next action and actually qualify them as a buyer. So once they've hit that thank you page, we'll, on that thank you page, give them the option of going straight to the next level of our funnel. We always want something, directing them straight through to the next stage of the funnel. So if someone wants to go through quickly and wants to progress, they can do this. They could do that in a very short period of time. But for other people, that could take days, weeks, months, sometimes depending on your product or service, could be years. But we want to make sure there's a direct line being able to progress all the way through. And then we want to make sure there's other ways of pushing people back in if they don't decide to continue straight away. And that's why we're using this Facebook ad here. After we've hit that first level, if they decide to drop off and they want to just go use that free offer that we've given them, then we can start retargeting them using a Facebook ad, getting them inspired to then, hop on and use our front end offer, which in this case I've given the example of maybe it's a video series. We've given them a free PDF or something as a free offer, and then we want to sort of push them back into maybe a video series, which takes a little bit more time from them, a little bit more commitment, but is obviously a little bit more valuable as well. Depending on your service here, being a front-end offer would either do this as something, that's relatively cheap in terms of what they're paying for the value they're getting, or we could actually make it free still as well. It depends on your business. It depends on how you want to structure things here. And that takes a bit of knowledge and experience of how to, gauge that, and testing, of course. But they're the different ways of doing it. And of course, we want automated email sequences. Automated email sequences is really important. I know it can be really annoying getting a lot of emails from people that, constantly come after you've signed up to something. And I think the reason you find them annoying is probably because those organizations aren't actually providing value to you and stuff that you're actually interested, but they're just trying to, sneakily trying to push more and more stuff your way. So what we want to do is provide value and get them interested and wanting to take that next step. Once they have taken that next step on that front-end offer, again, they've gone to a different sort of thank you page, and that's able to trigger this whole system again. We know by them going to the thank you page, we can start sending them a new email sequence. And this email sequence would be different to the other email sequence. One, because we're getting them to take a different action. Yes, of course. But two, because they're becoming more familiar with us. After the free offer, they've got to know us. Hopefully after the video series, they've got to like and trust us. And therefore, we're able to push them now into our core offer where they're actually able to spend a little bit more money on our business. I think the biggest premise here that people find hard with actually implementing is not selling straight away. As you can see here, we've given them a lot of value in those first two free and front-end offers for either little or no money. And that's because we're building the relationship, we're building rapport. As you start selling, you automatically break rapport. So if we're able to educate and build ourselves up as an expert, we're just constantly building rapport. They tend to like us and trust us a lot more efficiently than if we just try and sell to them. So we've provided a lot of value before we've even gone and actually tried to push our core offer or service to make a sale then. And that's the key with this, with either doing a funnel and doing a profit ladder. It's ways of attracting your ideal customers in a way where you're giving a lot of value first. You're relying on the principle of influence of reciprocity before you actually ask for money in return and before you're actually trying to push that sale. And that's a lot more effective because you've actually built a relationship there. You're not just trying to beat a dead horse for something that you haven't worked for. And again, we're able to automate this. The idea is to use technology and leverage to our ability. We don't want to be spending large amounts of time, as I talked about in free training number 2, around, if we're spending huge hours on working with people in our front-end offer in our video series, then that's going to take too much time away from us to actually be able to look at doing our core and premium offers effectively, and we're never going to be able to scale. So we're using technology here to make sure this is as automated as possible. Once they've hit that thank you page again, we've got a different series of Facebook ads to inspire and reassure them to go to our core offer and actually make, the first real purchase with our business. Again, we've got a different email sequence, as I explained, doing the same thing. And again, once they've booked in or called with us, we either have them going to another thank you page, or we change how they are in our email list. There's lots of different ways to do this. And as I talked about, it starts the next sequence off to get them to take a premium offer. Don't feel like you're going to rush this, because this could be done in, as I said, it could be done in minutes, it could be done in days, it could be done in weeks. It's relevant to your business, it's relevant to your customers, it's relevant to how well you've actually implemented this so they know, like, and trust you. So that's a sort of real world implementation of how to implement that. I want to give you some more examples. And this is basically the same thing done for a gym. So as you can see, maybe we've got a Facebook ad pushing them to some sort of guide. My recommendation always is that you want to make this what I like to refer to as micro content. You want to make it very specific. A macro content guide for a gym would be, hey, here's an exercise program. A micro content guide would be, hey, here's a way to do handstands. Here's a way to get your deadlift up to 120 kilos. It's very specific. And the more specific you can make it, the better, because the more you know these people are actually interested in these specific things that you're going to later be selling. So that would be the free offer. And you can see it's the same funnel. They come, they're able to download it, they get put in an email sequence, and then we're pushing them towards some sort of sales video. Again, we've set automatic Facebook ads up to push them into some sort of sales video. This could be where testimonials are. This kind of provide some more education on how to do those correctly. And next, maybe we're going to push them into some sort of booking a calendar, booking a call to be able to then actually purchase a membership and become a member. And then we might want to update them going into a new funnel, which would be, although they've signed up as a gym member, maybe we're going to push them to more premium services, which are going to be things like gym membership with a personal training session. That might be an extra $20, $30, $50 a month, but that's a way to increase dramatically how much money you're actually making per customer. So that's an example of what that could look like as a gym and how they would implement it. And I've actually done this with gyms and seen this work extremely well, not just for attracting new members, but converting what their usual member was paying around $200 a month, and then the average order value for a member jumped to around the $250 mark, which is $50 more per member per month, which, as you can imagine, for 200 plus members is a huge amount of revenue increase. And so that's very quick and rush you through a way of how to do it, but that's sort of implementing now how we've integrated both the funnel and the profit ladder and how we would actually implement that into a business. We would change that and adapt that to meet your needs. But the idea is that you make it easy and attractive for people to hop inside your funnel, and then you set up automated sequences to push them through to the next stage of the funnel where you're looking to inspire them, you're looking to warm them up and get them ready to purchase. You're then looking to push them down to the next step of the funnel, which are usually coming to either front end or core offers, which you're then able to reassure them and make sure it's right for them. And so they're actually able to make a purchase. Once they've become a purchaser of your core offer, then okay, I've got premium offers here that I'm able to assist them. I'm able to upsell them in ways that is going to provide more value to them, but it's also going to allow me to make more profit off each customer or client. You're able to do this not only with service-based businesses, but things like e-commerce stores as well. Often the difference between a service-based business and if you're an e-commerce store is just how compressed that is. You're not looking to draw out this sort of education process. It's more like you educate and inspire straight away and get them to make that first purchase. And then you're more focused from an e-commerce perspective on the premium and upsell offers later on. That's the free training number three. And what I really wanted to show you there is some bit more of a practical example of how you actually implement a funnel with a profit ladder in your business in a way that you can do it largely digitally, largely automated, so it doesn't take you a lot of time particularly on the free offers, particularly on the front end offers, and a little bit of time on the core offers to ensure that you're able to scale effectively. If you're interested in seeing how this can actually jump for your business, I'm offering people that are doing the free training sessions a free 30-minute consultation call, which you can book in on the button below. That's just to make sure that if you decide this is something that you're willing to do, let's have a chat, see if we're the right fit for each other, and see if I can provide some sort of diagnosis that could be useful for you. If not, then we'll get a free 30-minute chat where I'm able to hopefully, provide some points which could make you either increase your ability to attract clients or make them more profitable. So I'll talk to you then, or I'll see you in the next free training. Thanks.